Hey guys, we are now going to be moving on to the next unit. So that means we have a new bell ringer. Go ahead and click on the bell ringer folder. If you forgot to submit unit 4.1, properties of the atmosphere bell ringer, you can find it in the old bell ringers folder right here. You just got to click on it and submit. Otherwise, go ahead and click on our bell ringers unit 4.2. Go ahead and open that up and it will look like this. All right, so you can see there's a bunch of essential questions we're going to get to. How are current conditions in the atmosphere used to create weather maps? What is an air mass? What is pressure? And what's it do with weather? There's a lot that we're going to be looking at in this section. You'll notice that it is only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days of learning this content before our test. And down here, we have a whole different section that we're going to do on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays each week. So let's go ahead and get started on the question. So let me go down to, where is that? 4:30. Look at the weather map on page 1 of the new notes. What are some symbols that you recognize? Okay, so the question is, look at the weather map. Look at the weather map on page 1 of your notes. New notes. What are some symbols that you recognize? Symbols that you recognize. And then we also want today's weather map. We're going to look at that later. Okay, so obviously we have to go and open up our new notes. So go ahead, click back here. Go back to our Earth and Environmental. We are in the atmosphere unit, and this isn't published while I'm recording it, but it will be published to you tomorrow. And right here are our notes, weather indicators. So go ahead and click on that and open them up, and they will look like this. And this is the current map that it's talking about. So you can go ahead and take a couple seconds, look at the different symbols, different stuff that's on here, and go ahead and write down some of these things that you might recognize. Okay. All right. So you could pause this and try and figure out some on your own and see which ones match up with the ones I'm going to talk about. But go ahead and pause if you're going to pause right now and try it out. If you're not pausing, if you're lazy and you just want to write down whatever I say, let's do it. What you'll notice, or what one thing that might stick out to you, is that there's these big H's. So you might say blue H. And to figure out what those are, a lot of kids are like, ooh, it means high temperature. It's blue in color. Typically, when presenting something to the public, blue means cold, red means hot. Remember, in science, we talked about how stars, blue actually in science means it's hot. But when it comes to what the public thinks and demonstrating something to the public, we use the generic. So the generic idea of the colors and how the temperature. So this actually means that it's cold. So that cold air is doing what? It's sinking there. So it actually means that air is sinking and it's pushing down on Earth's surface. So it's high pressure. So high pressure. So the blue H actually means high pressure. The air is sinking there and pushing down on Earth's surface. So what does the red L mean then? Well, red, it means that it's hot. So that hot air is going to be rising. It's not pushing down on Earth's surface, so it's low pressure. All right. Another thing you might notice is that there's this red line here. That red line, so red line with, they're actually like half circles on them, with half circles. That means that it's a warm front. The blue line with the triangles, little teeth on it, blue line with triangles, that's actually for a cold front, right? The biting cold, that's how I remember that it's like the triangles, super aggressive. All right, here's one that goes blue, red, blue, red, blue, red. So alternating blue and red line, that's actually called a stationary front. So hot air, cold air come together, they're duking it out, but they're not really moving, okay? Whereas a cold front, that cold air is moving through, warm front, warm air is moving through. All right, other symbols you might see on here, you have these white lines everywhere, white lines, those are actually isobars, which are pressure lines. All right. You also might notice like, oh, there's these spots of green and like yellow, spots of green and yellow. That would be storms. We had looked at that yesterday, storms. I think that's most of it. You might have some different stuff. Storms, we'll say /rain. All right. You might have some other stuff going on here. You might see up at the top that there's a key. You could write a lot of stuff down. So back to your unit organizer, your answer answered on notes, right? That it's answered on notes. So make sure that's filled out. Remember, in order to get a point, you get a point a day. You want both your answer and the class answer filled out. All right. So keep your notes out because the next section that we're going to go over. So go ahead. You can close out your, wait, no, you can't. Remember I said every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we're going to look at our weather map for the day. So if you scroll down here, we're going to do the current weather map. Today should be Friday. So we're going to click on this link, boom, and it's going to take us to our current surface map and radar. Gross! Look at all those L's. Look at how it follows a storm. What? So you're going to take a screenshot. Remember, if you do Control-Shift and then the box up at the top with the two lines behind it, you can actually drag and drop your specific part that you want. Boom. All right, and you are going to put it in where it says paste map here. Control V. Now, when you guys do that drag and drop, down at the bottom on the right-hand side, there will be a box that pops up that says copy to clipboard. You want to copy it to the clipboard. Okay, so it says York, PA weather. Let's go ahead and click on this. So you're going to write down, and it might be easier if you copy, Control C, and paste that in there. So the temperature, or for me, doing this on Thursday is 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Please don't write down what I'm writing down because it's going to be different tomorrow. 70 degrees. And this is, it's asking, is that above or below average? I'd say that's seasonable, right? We have some nice days. Pressure and cloud cover. Well, it's overcast with haze. So cloud cover is overcast. And then pressure, let's see. Pressure, barometer, 29.77 inches or 1008. If we look, this can be helpful too. always go look and see, do we have a low pressure system over us or a high pressure system? We definitely have a lower pressure system over top of us, which means air is rising. Pressure, low pressure today. All right. Actually get rid of this and then enter here. All right, winds, let's take a look. Wind speed, it's calm, it says. Again, you should not be writing down what I'm writing down because I'm just showing you where I'm finding all this. Precipitation. Oh, excuse me. Showers likely severe with damaging wind, cloudy with high near 78. New rainfall amount less than 1/10 of an inch. So I'm going to write that down. So you might have to read down here if it's not saying like, hey, here's how much precipitation we had. You might have to read down here less than 1/10 of an inch. Yeah, that's your best bet. I think tomorrow's supposed to be sunny. We'll see. So precipitation less than 1/10 of an inch. Boom. Incoming weather. So you can either look at the rest of the week, or you can even look here. So we're definitely going to have storms tonight, and that makes sense. Look at that. Storms tonight. So hopefully when you're reading this, the storms have already happened. Windy tomorrow. And then sunny Saturday. So you definitely want to look 3 days ahead. That's the most accurate. Anything beyond like 2 or 3 days, it could change pretty quickly. All right, interesting weather elsewhere. So if we're looking out here, we could say that it's clear out west. So clear out west. You see any storms anywhere else? We are a part of a stationary front. We are currently a part of a stationary front from that goes, where does it go from? It goes from pretty much Pennsylvania down to almost Louisiana. From PA to Louisiana. All right. So every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we are going to be doing this. So when I see you again, so you need to try this on your own. All the links are right there that you need to be able to figure this stuff out. And yeah, so every 3 times a week, we'll be analyzing what's going on in the weather. Okay. When you're done with this, go ahead, get out of it. And you're going to want to hop back to your notes. I already have it up from us going over stuff. Hopefully you have yours up. If you don't, I just want to remind you that it's in the atmosphere unit, weather indicators, and it's notes on weather indicators. There's another video for that. And yeah, see you in that video.